Well, good morning, everybody. That's one of my favorite songs, and I'm very glad that you're here. As people are coming in, with the traffic is always crazy, as you can see the cars queuing outside. And so it's always lovely to have our conference commence in the morning with the sun shine outside. And this year we have an incredible amount of pavillionaires. Those are the companies that are outside and enjoying meeting and greeting, and as the day wears on, it gets more and more energetic. And I'm very happy that you've all woke up early in the morning to come here to enjoy the first day of the Israel Conference. This is our 7th year, and thank you very much. We're very happy that we're able to, each year, bring the exciting amount of people together to enjoy learning about technology, innovation, and design that's coming out of Israel. And the objective of our conference, as you'll hear throughout the day, is to be able to bring together companies, entrepreneurs, investors from a variety of industries, from across e-commerce, advertising, media, new tech, medical tech, green tech, the whole variety. We have a smorgasbord of really great companies that you'll see, and you'll want to hear from each one. As you know, we typically run at a nice pace throughout the day. We always start right around this time, and then it gets faster and faster like a spinning top. So our first session that we're excited about is a session on 8200. How many of you here on this side of the room know the number 8200? So only a few, but you'll find throughout the day that you'll want to meet these folks very much. They're part of a group that has capabilities and training that helps them rapidly create new businesses, new enterprises. And we're going to today learn a little bit about their magic of the secret sauce of the 8200s. So with that, I'd like to bring up to the stage the head of 8200, Guy, and his wonderful crew of folks from Sports Jobs, from Gifted. And we're going to talk this morning a little bit more about what makes things really great, and Kai and Zekit as well. Good morning, good morning. And so first of all, as we have this great group, I'm going to turn it over to Guy to take us on a wild tour of these wonderful companies, how they got to be part of the 8200 EISP program, and what this program does for the companies, as well as should we be investing in all of you. Take it away, Guy. Yes. Oh. Thank you. Let me get, yes.
Do we need another mic around here? So I'll just start, by your permission. Good morning, everyone, and thank you very much for having us here. Thank you, Sharona, for hosting us and letting us to open the panel.
Number 6, there you are. Number 6.
Can you hear me? Yes. So my name is Guy Katsovich, and I'm the managing director of the 8200 Accelerator. We are very happy and proud to be here at the opening panel of the Israeli conference, and I want to thank Sharona again for hosting us here. So before we'll start, and you'll hear these 4 amazing founders speaking about their ventures, I want to give you a broader context about this panel and explain what the 8200 unit is. So the 8200 unit, or Shmoneh-Matayim, is actually the National Cyber Intelligence Agency of Israel. It's very much similar, I would say, to the NSA. But unlike the NSA, it's mostly combined of young, talented Israelis who were drafted to serve in this unit immediately after high school. In the last 2 decades, most of this unit alumni, the Shmoneh-Matayim graduates, made this unit very famous in Israel because a lot of them went on to civil life and established some very familiar tech companies and startups. Just to name a few, you probably know them: Checkpoint, Converse, NICE, and even Waze, which I guessed most of the crowd here is using. So, oh, sorry. So, a couple of years ago, some of these 8200 alumni decided they want to use their know-how and network in order to give back to Israeli society, promote its economy, and help develop new Israeli startups. So we built this accelerator. We called it the 8200 EISP Accelerator. EISP goes for Entrepreneurship and Innovation Support Program. And our mission is to promote early stage, first-timers, Israeli entrepreneurs. We are a non-profit organization, and we take no equity from the startups that we help. And I want to tell you a bit about what we actually do. So each year, we screen around 400 startups, and we take only 20 to the program. We give them more than 500 hours of content and mentorship, an office space in Tel Aviv for free, and of course, a wide network of investors, serial entrepreneurs, and also professionals. I'm happy to tell that so far we have 95 startups who've graduated from our program, and 72 of them are still active. It's about 75% actually. They raised more than $250 million combined and employ more than 400 people in Israel and overseas. And we are actually very proud in those numbers. And finally, till now, 4 of our graduates, startups who finished the program, made major exits and were acquired by big technological companies. We are not alone in the tech space in Israel, of course. There are dozens others of accelerators and innovation programs that operate in Israel in order to promote startups. You can find other investors, hundreds of them, whether they are angels or venture capital funds. And I would say that to be an entrepreneur in Israel nowadays, it's very good actually, because you have a lot of opportunities from entities and other individuals that are there to help you to promote your idea. So one more thing. As the manager, actually the one who's managing the 8200 Accelerator, I really wanted to say how proud I am and how honored I am to moderate the opening panel of this conference, because for us, it all makes sense as we are operating behalf an organization, an alumni organization of a military unit, because we see a very strong connection between the military service in Israel and Israel being the startup nation and Israeli innovation. So I now want to set the stage and let the founders speak for themselves. So each of you guys and girl will have like minute or something to do your elevator pitch. So present yourself.
Thank you. My name is Roy. I'm the CEO and founder of SportJobs. SportJobs enables athletes to showcase their talent and receive offers from recruiting teams. We already generated $200,000 of contracts to our athletes who sign up to our website and received offers from European teams. We already have 3,500 of athletes registered in our website, already collaborating with sports agencies here in the USA. And we have a pool of 200 teams in Europe who are actually using our database to contact those players and find the next talent. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Micah. I'm the founder and CEO of Gifted. And we are currently in Israel. We did the reverse role. We started off in Israel, and now we're moving to the US. And we have the largest digital gift card platform in Israel, serving both the B2C and B2B market. And we keep employees happy with corporates, companies, large and small.
Hi, I'm Yael Wiesel, CEO of Zikit. Zikit was born as an image processing company that actually was inspired from image processing algorithms from radars and military technologies. And we've decided to take those amazing technologies and actually solve the holy grail of online fashion. with a single picture that you take of yourself, wearing a blank t-shirt and pants, whatever you like, you can see yourself wearing all the clothes that are sold online. We scan online public catalogs, just like Google scans public data, automatically analyze the pictures of the items, and when you upload your picture, you can see yourself wearing all the items. Very soon you'll be able to mix and match, and the dream that we've maybe dreamed of for decades finally comes true.
Hello everyone, my name is Guy. I'm one of the co-founders of Shop and Fly. Shop and Fly is helping global travelers to find the best deal across the itinerary where they can find and buy their goods, and it will be waiting for them in the preferred location. What does that mean? So over 20% of our travel expenses going on shopping. We are talking about $260 billion sales every year. So we are aggregating all the retail opportunities across the itinerary and giving the travelers the ability to know in advance where they can find the product they are looking for and to buy it, and it will be waiting for them in the hotel reception or maybe in the duty-free.
Thank you very much. So first, let's start with the questions. So first, I would like to ask Yael, can you tell us a bit about your military service and how it has led you to be the founder of Zikit?
So I was a captain in the Air Force, and I've participated many missions that actually we could do just because we extracted the information from pictures. After finishing my army service, I've learned electrical engineering in the Technion, and my dream was to design image processing systems for cockpits. And that's what I did for 5 years. And one day I thought to myself, if I take those amazing technologies that help us to identify tanks and missile launchers, it's not the same algorithms, but it's more or less the same concept of math and the same principles, and apply them into the e-commerce world, then we can actually make a dent. And we've started from home design, but after a while we've understood that it's a crowded field, whereas when you want to buy a t-shirt or a dress, you just can't do it normally today online. So we've applied that amazing technology on the human body and on dresses and shirts, jackets, whatever you wish to see on yourself, and created the magic. And maybe in a way it's a very typical Startup Nation story of technology that originated from something that was born in the army and actually rise and enjoys the real world.
Thank you, Yael. So, Micah, next question is for you. You've been able to bootstrap Gifted and make it profitable in Israel. Can you tell us a bit how you were able to do so?
Okay, so we founded a company 4.5 years ago, and we did the whole usual Israel startup route, trying to find an angel investor, going to all the VCs, and like every other startup, we failed miserably. Couldn't raise a single dollar from a single investor. So we decided to take the whole development on ourselves and try to launch a basic product where we can actually just contact the small and local retailers and allows them to sell digital gift cards on their websites. And from that moment on, we started creating a huge network of working with, right now we're working with over 750 retailers in Israel. And actually doing everything door to door. We, myself and Omri, my partner, we just hopped on a scooter and drove to 330 small businesses in 3 months and just recruiting them all to create our network. And what actually happened in the last couple of years is that we figured out we have the biggest asset in Israel right now, which is not the platform, not the technological platform, but the content. And on top of our content network, we developed a very advanced B2B platform that took us from the B2C market, where people can buy gift cards to themselves or their friends, and move on to the corporate market, where we think that companies should give more to their employees. So we automated the whole process for HR managers to gift their employees. We call them gifted employees. And right now, we launched the platform a year and a half ago. In October 2014, we were gifting around 3,000 employees. This month, we hit 155,000 gifted employees on our platform, with companies like HP, Cisco, SAP, 888, Visa, MasterCard, DHL. All of their employees in Israel are being gifted by our platform. So what it enabled us to do right now is get to the point where we can set up our operation here in the US based on the profits that we made in Israel without needing any round of funding. So we're going to set up shop here in February 2016, and we started off doing the startup pretty much the other way around, by establishing a profitable operation in Israel and using that to set up shop here in the US.
Thank you very much. Roy, you're next. Tell us a bit about your background in sports and how you're able to use being in Israel as an advantage in your startup for a change.
Okay, so when I was younger, I actually played basketball, and then I worked as a basketball coach. And after that, I aspired to work as a sports management. So I worked as a sports agent, had my extensive domain experience, especially in basketball, and I saw the big gap between the athletes in the US, agents, and the local agents in Europe, and professional teams. And once we saw that, we actually launched 2 years ago our website, which connects between the two sides. And being at the A200 last batch, who just finished a few months ago, and getting here in the USA and meeting so many people, if it is sports agents, collaborating with athletic departments of colleges, universities, meeting with lots of people from the sports industry here, it is amazing. Not any startup in Israel has this opportunity. So getting so many introductions is amazing, and we can see our scale and how we are getting better each day only from this last 2 weeks of tour.
Thank you. Guy, gosh, you, similar to Roy, were able to do a great job connecting with markets outside of the US, like Latin America, Asia, and Europe. Can you tell us a bit about your approach for that?
Yes, thank you. So we are in the travel industry. By that, we need to work with every place in the world. So what we did, we need to go market by market to find the right partners in order to get to our audience. So what we did, we partnered with El Al Israel Airlines at Israel. We partnered with them in order to get their audience, their passengers, and to catch them in the moment they book the flight ticket, and to tell them to buy before the flight and to get it in the hotel reception. On that, we also got our first investment from El Al Israel Airlines. That helped us in order to get our first NDA for the biggest OTA in China. We get also just to close the partnership with Amadeus, which is the biggest GDS in the world. And we have been announced as the most innovative company in the travel industry in China and all Asia Pacific. All that summarize and help us in order to get the right audience and the right time all over the world.
Thank you very much. So, Micah, you have plans coming to California and actually expand your company here next February. Can you tell us a bit about your plans and what kind of opportunities and challenges you see by doing so?
Yeah, well, first challenge is probably the rent in California, so we have to tackle that. But the most interesting challenge in the process that we went through in the last 6 months was trying to find an identity for our company, because we are currently a very good solution to get a gift card or a gift from point A to point B, and you guys don't gift enough. Companies in the US, you get spot bonuses, you get points, and you can convert them into dollars, and then you can go and buy a gift card. We're talking about gifting for the sake of gifting, for employees who do a good job, for people who have birthdays, or whatever occasion that is relevant for a gifting process. So we had to transform our company from a company that provides a service to a company that has some sort of an agenda. And our agenda is people should give more gifts to one another. And coming to HR managers, and the companies are looking for better ways to recognize their employees and give them some incentives that are not specifically related to achieving a specific goal or selling a certain amount of product or reaching their quota. So by automating the whole process, for us it's not just the challenge of moving here to the US, but to change the way that corporates think within the business environment. But we had a pretty good success and pretty good traction. And once one company, that's another great thing about the high-tech industry and the corporate world, once one company sees that the other company is gifting their employees, the word spreads out and it trickles down, so it's easier for us to gain some more traction and expand our operation once we come to a company like SAP and tell them, look guys, HP are giving their employees an amazing gift, and PayPal are doing this and that, and how could you guys not be in this like ecosystem and give your employees more? And that would probably be the biggest challenge for us, to change a little bit about the way you guys think about the whole gifting industry.
Thank you very much. So Yael, you have a really cool app, and everyone you speak with about is really impressed. How do you balance this excitement with the need to manage a company day by day?
So there's always a difference between how things, how the result looks, and all the work that it takes to actually build it. We work daily to refine our algorithms, and it's funny, we have a team that is constantly in Israeli shopping center in the middle of Tel Aviv, just next to our offices. We have students there. They have their dream job. They get money for trying on clothes. They try all H&M, all Zara, all the items in those large stores. And then they come back to our office. We digitally dress them up with all the online catalog, and then we compare the results. And you think, hey, that's such a fun work. But when you delve into the details, it's a lot of math. It's a lot of, I would say, even creativity and out-of-the-box thinking of how to take those algorithms that will make the reconstructions of the item on the body so realistic. Because at the end of the day, if those two pictures, the real one and the digital one, will not look the same, we are not in the game. So it sounds, yeah, the result is amazing and it's fun, but the everyday work is challenging.
Thank you. Question for Guy. Can you tell us, how did you come up with the idea of Shop and Fly?
Of course. So I traveled a lot in the world, and during my time that I did my MBA, joint venture with Wharton, I traveled in many countries, and all the time people ask me to buy something back. Probably all of you came from Israel or other countries, you got your shopping list that you need to buy something back for your loved ones. So what I did, I didn't know where to buy the product that I want to. It's all the time, different prices, different currencies, different languages, and I don't know the market. So I learned the industry. I learned if it's only my problem, or all of us. So what we did, we took the analysis and we understand it's all of us problem. Over 20% of travel expenses spent on shopping. In the US, it's more closer to the 0%, but in the other side of the world, like China, Asia Pacific, we are getting to 40 to 50% of travel expenses spent on shopping. Even, it's not only that. In the duty-free market by itself, 70% of the travel expenses is our plan. People planning their shopping in advance. So what we did, we built our platform, and currently we have over 100 locations where you can buy your product in advance, and they will be waiting for you in the duty-free or in your hotel reception. So it's live, it is working on the retail side and also on the travel side. We joined this delegation because we want to expand our market in the US market. Currently, we are mostly operated in Europe, Latin America, and Australia. So if anyone has a connection to any retail network, come and speak with me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Roy, question for you. Tell us, as you told previously, you're from our Accelerator most recent batch. Can you tell us a bit about your experience and what are your needs, current needs as for now?
So actually, I can tell you that it is, first of all, it's unlike other startups in Israel who are actually looking to expand their activity because Israel is a small market and actually looking at the USA market, which has much more potential. Sport Jobs is actually a marketplace that match between the athletes in the US and the teams in Europe. So being in the Accelerator and having a presence in Israel and getting the connections and network with the pool of teams that we have in Europe is actually amazing experience because we know exactly what they are looking for. And ironically, let's say an example is the basketball in the US, which actually the best, but the NBA, which has only 400 spots, most of the athletes are playing overseas. So getting Sport Jobs and locating at Tel Aviv and being in touch with the pool of teams is actually an advantage and give us a leverage to bring exactly what those teams are looking for. And it is great.
Thank you very much. So we are running out of time, so I'll ask just one last question to anyone or everyone who want to take it. Given the situation now in Israel, all the stabbing and the violence, how do you deal with that in your startups? And how do you manage to do business with this as a background for anyone who want to take it?
I can say that our office is located just next to Israeli shopping center. Where was the stabbing? It was a few meters from our office, and we have 16 employees today, and part of them actually crossed the street just at the same time that what happened. And they were worried. And when you have worried employees, you know that the company actually can't function. And I've talked with them, I was here, and I've understood at the very same day that those who develop startups and technology and build good and happy things to the world, we actually are those who generate the good news from Israel. Because all the time the media generate bad news on Israel, which is so much more, I would say, dramatic than the real life in Israel. So at the end of the day, I motivated myself and the employees that we are in charge of creating the good news of Israel, spreading the word to the world.
Thank you very much. Actually, we ran out of time, and we wanna be on time for Sharona. So thank you everyone for listening. Thank you for having us here, Sharona. We are very, very honored to be here. Thank you very much.
Well, I want to thank you very much for being our opening session here at the Israel Conference, to be able to start with smarts, with great ideas. It really sort of wakes us up, and it makes us very happy that you're here. The 8200s are here throughout the day, and so please approach them and ask questions, but I just have a closing question. Your program, how many weeks is the program for EISP?
The length of the program, it's a 6-month program that
Okay.
occurs annually, each and every year, for
Right.
20 startups.
20 startups, so we'll be seeing a lot of these companies that are coming through the EISP program that will be entering into the marketplace even with a more fulsome offering. All right, congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
As we continue on, I'd like to bring up, we're very proud that we have such a plentiful pavilion, and I'd like to bring up some of the CEOs of the pavilion so that you can recognize their faces and the representatives. So can I bring the pavillionaires up here? We happily call them the pavillionaires because we know that they are about to break out and make millions of dollars, and so we give them the nickname and the appendage. What we do throughout the program today is we like you to meet everybody. This is more than just information exchange. This is getting to know the face, the personality of each and every person so that you can decide how you want to interface with each other to create more business and to create more opportunity. We're just going to go quickly through so that you can see these fine gentlemen. You'll be seeing them also in other parts of the program, and I'd like you just to mention your name, your company, and your market, and where you point to where your booth is. And then we'll be, after this, we'll be bringing on a fantastic discussion about Hold the Salt. Appropriately, since it's going to deal with water, let's start with SodaStream, which, by the way, after the break, we have a giveaway of one SodaStream, so you're going to want to be here right after our break in around an hour.
Thank you, Sharon. Switch, thanks. Thanks, Sharon. Hi, my name is Christopher, and I represent SodaStream in the U.S., one of 46 different countries that we are currently available. Our table is over on this side right here. Just look for the really bright blue cyan shirts. And please come see us because we just spent the last 12 months rebuilding SodaStream. We're no longer a soda maker, we're a sparkling water maker, and we're sampling the latest product line that we just launched last month. Thanks.
Thanks. We'll just pass it. Thank you. Hi, my name is Abraham Safdi. I am the CEO at Feedbox. And basically what we do in Feedbox is we do real-time feedback, helping a lot of the parts, a lot of the industries to know what their clients are thinking of their service that they are receiving. So come on, meet us there. We will have some tablets, and we have real-time feedback that we will share with you.
Good morning, my name is Guy Aaron. I'm the CEO of Motionize. At Motionize, we have technology that tracks and analyzes athletes' motion in real time. And you're all invited to our booth right there with the orange and the white kayak to try your skills and see how you can improve doing any kind of sport in real time.
Hello, good morning. My name is Nathaniel Teicher. I'm from WISPA. What we do with WISPA is what we call the community marketplaces. We have a technology to allow us to listen to social network, understand when there is a community around the product, a passionate community around the product, pinpoint exactly who are the people that are part of that community, who are into that product, and build a marketplace that allow them to buy and sell, to trade with each other, and to answer their community needs, talking, chatting, while they're doing that. So we are forming a community of passionate people around a specific product. We are on the first booth on the right, next to the coffee. We're happy to see you all.
Grossman. Hello. My name is Aaron Grossman. I'm the strategy officer for SwitchBee. We're a smart home company. We are the quick switch to a smart home. And of course, smart home technology has been around for a long time, but the hurdles to uptake have been many. And now, with the plethora of smartphones that are out there, we think the impetus is here. The way you control your entire life through your smartphone, you should be able to control your home as well. So we've invested the energy to overcome the hurdles to adoption. Our booth is right outside to the left, right across from SodaStream. We'd love to see you out there to explain how we've overcome what differentiates us from the other offerings in the market. Right now we're selling in Israel, and we're looking for investment to increase our sales and marketing within Israel and also to take the product global.
Excellent. Well, please visit all their booths and get to know these companies. You'll be seeing them again throughout the program, but now you know their faces, their names, their market, and where they're standing throughout the day. Thank you, gentlemen.